I'm sat alone in a boggy marsh, totally motionless except for her heart. Mud flowed up into lumps, pajamas. She totally confused all the passing piranhas. She's love, she's in my head. She's love, she might be dead. Love lingered last in line for brains, and the one she got was sort of rotten and insane. Small things so sad that birds could land. Is love.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We are here for the Wrx Challenge, round 6. This one, we're in the mud at Colorado Springs. This is going to be cracking. We've got 4 10-minute races here. That is going to go off. Oh, Mika's in the chat. Go to bed, young lady. What are you doing staying up this late? It's not good. Not good for your health. So, let's have a look how they qualified last Thursday. And we will crack on with all 4 races. Hop dog, diggity dog. So, here we go. I think I've told you all the information you need to know. Let's crack on at Colorado Springs in the mod. And there you go. You can see. Oh, no, you can't see. You put a banner there. Cthulhu sat on a pole position ahead of second place Homesick Alien, with JTX sat in a lovely 3rd spot. Alexis Maximus 4th on the grid. Racer Brown there in his Martini Subaru in 5th. Then 6th Jokers, a great qualifying for him. In 7th Mika Wivery, also doing a great job in qualifying. Shadow Rider down there in 8th after seeing him come 2nd last week. Skyjacker in 9th, and Wrxc 10th. There we go. We've got 4 10-minute racers with 10 competitors. Shall we just crack on then and waste no time? Make sure I press play. There we go. Oh, I've already got rid of the big numbers. We're waiting for the lights to go. We're watching Cthulhu. Homesick and Cthulhu on the front row of the grid, and it's going to go soon. We hope, maybe. I definitely pressed play. Wow, this is a long hold, and there they go. Cthulhu off the start with a great lead with Homesick Alien just there, tucking in behind him. Alexis Maximus up into 3rd ahead of JTX. You're not going to be able to see anything here. Racer Brown off wide. Mika Wavery having a great start up into 5th spot there. She's fighting with Racer Brown. Racer Brown trying to come back, but there you go. You see Alexis Maximus dropping to 4th. JTX getting his 3rd spot back. So Homesick Alien taking the lead from Cthulhu. Wow, it's crazy stuff already. Cthulhu coming back though, it's crazy in the mud. There we see JTX in 3rd, Alexis Maximus in 4th, Mika Wivery right up in there to 5th, Racer Brown down to 6th, Jokers in 7th, with Skyjacker 8th, Wrxc 9th, and Wrxc having a bad one with Shadow Rider sideways around that last corner. Amazing stuff. Then Cthulhu then taking the lead from Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien following him through the tail end of that Subaru all over the shop. JTX getting really close, some synchronized drifting or sliding. Alexis Maximus holding that 4th spot. Racer Brown has got ahead of Mika Wivery again. Mika Wivery's dropped behind the Skyjacker. Dropped a couple of places from 5th to 7th. 8th, Jokers there in 6th spot, chasing Skyjacker around. Mika Wivery trying to make a comeback. Skyjacker, Jokers is already behind her, and so is Skyjacker. So Mika Wivery back into 6th place, just behind Racer Brown, and Jokers down to 7th with Skyjacker in 8th. Shadow Rider in 9th, but there comes Wrxc. They're side by side going into the corner. Looked like Wrxc was having a bit of a lag problem, but he's there still. And there's Shadow Rider keeping that 8th spot. Back up at the front then Cthulhu, we know he's good on the mud. We do know he's good in the mud. And Homesick Alien also great in the mud. JTX 3rd spot, he's finished, so he should be good by just by birth. He's good in the mud. Alexis Maximus, the Spaniard, in 4th. Racer Brown had a great outing last week in Suzuka. Total domination from Racer Brown. 6th is Mika. No, 6th is Jokers with Mika Wivery racing Skyjacker. Oh, she hit the barrier and she bounced back into the road. Skyjacker managing to get past her, and Mika Wivery down to 8th with Shadow Rider in 9th trying to come for her. And whoa, Noxie went flying in that one, quite quick. So Cthulhu holding off the Alien up front there, with JTX in third spot, keeping track of the two ahead. Racer Brown up to fourth. Alexis Maximus has dropped a position, and Racer Brown now up into fourth after his dominance in Suzuka. He's proving he can do it on the mud. Also, Jokus in a fine sixth place, ahead of Skyjacker, who's ahead of Mika Wivery, but Mika Wivery coming quick. Shadow Rider there in ninth, and Noxie back in 10th in his Golf livery. He loves the outside of these corners. So Mika Wivery in 8th, chasing Skyjacker down. At the front though, Cthulhu only just ahead of the Alien, and they're coming around. Is that not even one lap yet done? No, 3 laps done. Sorry. Wow. That is quick, isn't it? What's a lap? 1:31. I didn't even know we were going that long. Did we miss something? I'm sure we haven't done 3 laps, but there we go. It says we have, so I've got to trust it have. Cthulhu then in first place from Homesick Alien. JTX some way behind them now. Racer Brown are trying to catch up Cthulhu, but there is a bit of distance. Alexis Maximus in 5th, Jokus 6th, having a great race for Jokus. Mika Wivery is ahead of Skyjacker after a bounce with the... after a little knock with the barrier, but she's back on track now, racing Skyjacker. They're side by side going all the way round, doing some synchronized mud sliding. It's beautiful stuff to be seen. Shadow Rider back in 9th and Noxie 10th. We saw he's having issues, and now Cthulhu pulling away from the Alien. Mika in the chat saying hello, good morning and welcome. Mika Wivery, this was a very different track from Sardinia, and Mika Wivery also said these races went extremely quickly. They feel like they're quickly. I can't believe we're on lap 3 already. I'm struggling to believe that. Going through the logs, I have experience going through those logs, and it's not nice. So Homesick Alien are chasing down the Cthulhu with a 3rd spot JTX. Racer Brown a little bit further back from them. He's under pressure from Alexis Maximus. Alexis Maximus getting a great line through that corner. Now he is all over the Racer Brown, and they're coming along to the start straight now. Alexis Maximus trying to find a way to get past a Racer Brown behind them. Jokus in his own little world, but Skyjacker there ahead of Mika Wivery. Mika Wivery a little bit further back, but still ahead of Shadow Rider. And Noxie, he's just a little bit further back from them. So in the lead, Cthulhu from Homesick Alien. Oh, I don't know if we've got time to get on board with one of these cars, but we will try. So we're on board with Homesick Alien, chasing down Cthulhu. Oh, we can see how we got loads closer to him there in that corner. And then around here over the brow of the corner, just going in nice and tight, following the Spaniard around, just cutting through there. Beautiful lines from the Alien here, but it's not enough to catch up with Cthulhu. Like I said, the Spaniard is quick on the mud, and there you can see Cthulhu pulling away a little bit from us. What a beautiful sight. Homesick Alien brave enough to use his DRS on the mud, and there he's going. Is this the logs? I want to see the logs in car because it's scary as hell. And he's chasing down. There you go, there's the logs, and I smash straight into them usually when I play this, and they get through absolutely lovely. But Cthulhu and Homesick Alien battling this out all the way to the end. Further back, JTX doing a fine job in that 3rd spot. Racer Brown keeping that 4th. He's dropped Alexis Maximus a little bit now. Alexis Maximus doing all he can to stay in touch. Skyjacker in 6th ahead of Jokus. Jokus has lost a position to Skyjacker. Oh, he's going to lose some more. It looks like he just hit the muddy wall, the muddy bank of Wrxc Ii, and there he is again. He's on the outside, and Mika Wivery trying to make a move up the inside. They're side by side going into the 1st corner, but Jokus is just slightly ahead. Mika Wivery doing all she can to get through, and they're there side by side. They're sharing paint, and they like each other's liveries that much that they're... Oh, Mika out wide on that corner, but she's kept it on the track. But Shadow Rider meanwhile is catching up this gaggle of cars and managed to get himself involved. Right, up ahead then, as Cthulhu still pulling out some distance from Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien doing all he can to keep up with the Spaniard. JTX dropped back from these guys a little bit, but he's in a little bit of no man's land. He's all on his own, and here we see Racer Brown now being caught up by Alexis Maximus behind them. Skyjacker, he's dropped the guys behind him. Shadow Rider is ahead of Jokus and Mika Wivery. He's made a great move. There's 3 of them racing side by side. Oh, there we see Shadow Rider's had a little knock on the barrier. Mika Wivery all over. Joker's trying to find that small gap in there. They're both over the jump, and Mika Wivery takes the lead from these guys. So Joker's down to 8th and Shadow Rider in 9th. Skyjacker in a great 6th place with no one around him, no one to bother him, no pressure. He can just concentrate on his drive. Then you have Racer Brown is behind Alexis Maximus, but Alexis Maximus hit the muddy bank and he spun his car around, but he's still keeping it going. But he's lost a position to Racer Brown. JTX there in 3rd spot. Homesick Alien still in 2nd, chasing down Cthulhu. We're 7.5 minutes in this race. It's going to be over soon. Homesick Alien, JTX, then Alexis Maximus and Racer Brown in a massive battle here. Racer Brown trying to get up the inside of Alexis Maximus, but Alexis Maximus managing to keep that 4th spot for now. And Racer Brown is down into 5th spot with Skyjacker some way behind that little battle. We've got to go back though. It's kicking off. Joker's and Mika. Joker's back ahead of Mika Wivery and Shadow Rider. Mika Wivery doing all her best to catch up the Polish Joker's, with a Shadow Rider there keeping her company. Wrxc a little bit further back, not enjoying the Subarus in this mud, I guess. And there we see Shadow Rider really going for it around the corner, power sliding here, there and everywhere. Mika Wivery keeping it under control, chasing down the Jokers. The Jokers having a great race there in 7th. Skyjacker all alone in 6th. Racer Brown still behind Alexis Maximus. Alexis Maximus doing all it takes to keep that car ahead of Racer Brown, but he's knocked the barrier. He's taken a little bit of time out of himself, and there you go. Racer Brown just whooshes through, whoosh through the logs. And there is Alexis Maximus, powerless to do anything about it, trying to get on the power to chase down a Racer Brown, getting the back end of that car around the last corner. Cthulhu still leading with the fastest lap of a 1:26.014 on lap 3. We're on lap 7 now. 1 minute left of this race. This surely is the last lap for these guys. Homesick Alien got to do something now, but he looks like he's way too far back to be able to affect Cthulhu's race. JTX, lovely 3rd spot, like I said. And there, Racer Brown ahead of Alexis Maximus. Alexis Maximus dropped back a little bit from Racer Brown. Beautiful. It's nothing better than seeing a Subaru going sideways in the mud. And there's another one, Skyjacker. Brilliant stuff. Joker's there, 7th ahead of Mika Wivery, who's ahead of a Shadow Rider. And there in 10th is a Wrxc. So Cthulhu just coming around now. It could be his last lap. Yes, 10 seconds to go with Homesick Alien in tow. We're going to turn it all around for the next race. It's a reverse grid. JTX in 3rd, with Racer Brown 4th, Alexis Maximus 5th, Skyjacker 6th. Let's go back to Cthulhu as he crosses the line. Oh look, there's a drone. And there you go. Cthulhu takes the win. Homesick Alien 2nd, and JTX coming around for that 3rd place. Take a boo, my son. And Racer Brown in a great 4th place. He fought hard from Alexis Maximus to get that 4th. And there he comes around the last corner now. Whoa, he's hit the barrier. Is he hit the barrier? Can Alexis Maximus swoops around to get the 4th place. Can Racer Brown get back on track before Skyjacker reaches him? Here comes Skyjacker. It's going to be close. Oh my lord, Skyjacker got it from Racer Brown. Joker's coming across the line in 7th with Mika Wivery and Shadow Rider all together, and 10th is Wrxc. Let me get the pause button. Boom. Just in time. Wow, that was a race, wasn't it, eh? God almighty, I don't even know I can speak that quickly. So let's go through your results then. There is Cthulhu with a fine win to add to the 2 he's already had, 1 in round 2 and 1 in round 3. He's doing a fine job in this series. Let me get rid of that. In 2nd spot, Homesick Alien. Number 2. In 3rd, JTX there. Where do we find him? He was in 3rd place. He missed the last round, so he needs to be making up some points. 4th, Alexis Maximus on the dead from Racer Brown. Racer Brown, that small mistake cost him 2 places. He must be furious glorious. So at the moment I am looking at, there is Wrxc Maximus for 4th spot. Wrxc Maximus, man, he's had so many second places that he deserves a win by now, and I'm sure it's coming. There is Skyjacker in 5th. Skyjacker's had a few wins this season, 1 at round 3 and 2 at round 4. So Skyjacker having a great run of form in this series. 6th, Racer Brown, he'll be fuming in with himself in that car. The last corner, the last corner. Oh, heartbreak. There is Jokus in 7th. He had a fantastic race with Mika Wivery. And I will find a Jokus there in 7th. It's not his best finish. 5th in round 2 was his best result so far. In 8th we have Mika Wivery, and I have got her also written down. And her best finish so far this season was a 4th. Then in 9th we have a Shadow Rider. I am the Shadow Rider. He's down there. He's had a few seconds himself. He could be doing with a win soon under his belt. And then in 10th we have Wrxc. And where have I got Wrxc's there? Wrxc's best position, 5th in round 1. So for the, I'll let them all cross. I'm not going to say every time, but let Wrxc get across the line so he can feel a little bit of, you know, finality or something. I can't think of the word. And we'll move on to the second race. My God, probably takes longer to load this up than it does to do it. Oh, look at it flying through those numbers. Man, that was a race, wasn't it? Hoo-hoo! I don't know how I kept up with that. After 4 races, I was exhausted, says Mika Wivery. I am not surprised, because that looked like hard work. Absolutely monster. Just enjoying myself a late night latte whilst doing the commentary for the Wrx challenge. Loving life. And here we go, it's virtually loaded. That should be a reverse grid of the one we have just watched. So this will be interesting, with Cthulhu and Homesick at the back, trying to fight their way through the guys in the mud. I think a few guys were brave enough to use their wheels, says Mika Wivery. My gosh, they're all nutters. Oh, we're there. We've broken into the daylight. That must have been the early morning. Wrxc on pole, Shadow Rider to Mika Wivery, a Jokus, a Racer Brown, Skyjacker, Wrxc Maximus, JTX, Homesick, Alien and Cthulhu. Let's get rid of the big numbers because I find them obscene. And we're watching Wrxc on pole right now, waiting for the lights to turn green. It was a long wait in the first race, and it looks like the race director making them wait again, and they're off, and they're go and Wrxc still holding that lead from Shadow Rider, but Shadow Rider trying to find his way past, and Mika Wivery up the inside. Wrxc is surrounded. Look there already, Mika Wivery and Shadow Rider in the lead. Shadow Rider with Mika Wivery in second. Racer Brown, where did he come from? He's already up into third, fighting Mika, but he stayed there in third. Fourth, Wrxc has dropped. Wrxc Maximus ahead of Skyjacker, but Skyjacker just flies past him late into the corner. Looks like we had an off, did we? There's Mika and Shadow Rider. Wrxc's coming back though. Oh my God, it's all changed. Wrxc back in the lead. No, Mika back in the lead. There, ahead of Wrxc, but there's a right group of them there with Shadow Rider and Skyjacker together on a track, with Jokus there in 5th ahead of Cthulhu. Wrxc Maximus there is with him. He's had a little tap from Homesick Alien, can't help that in the mud. Homesick Alien held in that place ahead of JTX, and Racer Brown is in last place. It must have been Racer Brown we saw having a small off. Didn't notice Cthulhu through that run through, so we'll have a look again. Mika Wivery doing all she can to keep the lead of this race, but she's hit the barrier. She's hit the barrier hard, and Skyjacker and Shadow Rider are racing each other for second and third. Skyjacker into second. There's Cthulhu in 4th. Wow, look at them all. This is crazy stuff. Skyjacker in second, is he? Yes, Skyjacker still second. Cthulhu third. Shadow Rider, he's swamped in all the Subarus there. There's Wrxc coming through, and Shadow Rider up into third. Shadow Rider down into 5th. It's crazy. It's just moving all over the place. So Mika Wivery leading. Skyjacker in second spot. Wrxc in third. Come on, Wrxc, you can do this. Cthulhu there in 4th with Shadow Rider in 5th. Homesick Alien is down to 7th with Shadow Rider up to Homesick Alien 6th. Alexis Maximus 7th. JTX in 8th with Racer Brown moving ahead of Jocus in 9th, and Jocus there in 10th. So Mika Wivery still leading the way. She's got a bit of a gap while these guys are all racing each other. You can see Skyjacker leading the pack away, and it looked like Homesick Alien had a barrier moment, but he's alright. Skyjacker, he went wide in that corner, but he's held on to it. Cthulhu and Homesick fighting each other again, with Shadow Rider trying to get himself involved in this little race. Homesick Alien down to 5th then, and he's got Alexis Maximus just behind him, with Jokers up to 7th ahead of Wrxc, JTX and Racer Brown. Up in the lead then, Mika Wivery showing the boys how it's done. Come on, gang. This is the way you do it. This is the way you race in the mud. And Skyjacker holding that great second spot, but they've both gone out wide. They've both gone out wide. Can someone get around that corner a bit tidier? No, they can't. So Mika Wivery still holding that lead. Shadow Rider moving up into 2nd spot now. Homesick Alien in 3rd ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker's, oh no, Skyjacker's hit the muddy bank and he's dropped like a stone. Oh, poor Skyjacker. And Shadow Rider's moved ahead of Mika Wivery whilst we were watching Skyjacker, but Mika Wivery's coming back at him. Can she do it? She's up the inside. Oh, it looked like Mika Wivery went off sideways there. She's still in the race though, down to 3rd behind Homesick Alien, coming out, back out Homesick Alien, but the back end of that Subaru is like a pendulum. It is swinging from side to side. Shadow Rider then leading the way from Homesick Alien with Mika Wivery in 3rd, Jokers 4th. Jokers was last at one point, he's up to 4th now. Cthulhu down to 5th. Wrxc is holding that 6th spot with a Racer Brown moving it into 7th as we saw Alexis Maximus sliding off sideways. JTX is ahead of Skyjacker. So Shadow Rider, Homesick Alien, oh no, Mika Wivery, she's still there, she's fighting Homesick, she's ahead of Homesick now, she's out wide, she's made the move. Homesick Alien still there, but Homesick trying to get the inside line there, and Cthulhu all the way behind these guys. Cthulhu making the move on Mika, but not good enough. So there we see Shadow Rider leading the way, but Shadow Rider's made a mistake, has he? Shadow Rider's really out wide, but he's maintained it, he's kept going forward. Mika Wivery is in 2nd, but it looks like Homesick Alien's just about to mug her off there, off that spot. And no, Shadow Rider, we saw Shadow Rider hit in the muddy bank, and now Shadow Rider's out into 4th, struggling to get the back end of that Subaru back under control. There we see Skyjacker coming back at these guys with Alexis Maximus in 6th, Jokers 7th, JTX 8th. Wrxc in 9th, and Racer Brown back down into 10th spot. It's all action here. Homesick Alien ahead of Mika Wivery now. Mika Wivery's coming, she's got the inside, but Homesick Alien looks like he's got a better line through that. I don't know, Mika is dropped down 2nd. They are side by side, Wrxc v Duracell. Which one can go the longest? And oh, Homesick Alien bouncing and had a bad landing, and Mika Wivery goes into the barriers, but Cthulhu can't do anything about it. He's still behind her. Shadow Rider in 3rd, Skyjacker has moved up to 4th, Alexis Maximus is in 5th, Joker's 6th, and Homesick Alien coming back into the pack in 7th ahead of JTX and Wrxc. Look at them racing, it's unbelievable. This is cracking stuff. We're over halfway into this race so far. And it's non-stop. There you can see Mika trying to keep Cthulhu behind her, but Cthulhu, he's the specialist in the mud, and we've seen him. He knows how to drive it. He won the first race. Can he win the second race? Mika Wivery thinks not. Shadow Rider there in 3rd ahead of Skyjacker, with Alexis Maximus in 5th ahead of Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien though, he's going out wide with Wrxc trying to get up the inside of him, and Wrxc does it. Wrxc's up. No, Wrxc's down 7th. Oh, I thought Wrxc managed to get up the inside of him. It was, my eyes deceived me. So Joker's in 7th. Someone's dropping. Mika Wivery's dropping. Oh no, Mika Wivery. Mika Wivery has dropped to 9th place, and she must have hit a barrier or something. So Cthulhu now leading the way from Shadow Rider, who's ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker in a great 3rd spot here. Doesn't usually show good in the mud, but at the moment he is looking strong for that 3rd spot, or maybe even 2nd, because he's racing Shadow Rider all of the way there. Shadow Rider is 2nd, Skyjacker 3rd, Homesick Alien in 4th. Alexis Maximus down to 5th. Mika Wibri trying to make her way through, but oh no, go, no, 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 no. She's hit another barrier, letting the guys come through. Oh, absolutely gutted. Homesick Alien 4th. Alexis Maximus 5th. Noxie up into 6th. Joker 7th. And then JTX and Mika Wibri fighting it out for the final positions. Jokers is down, Mika Wibbri's there. Oh, it's who knows who's where. It's 7 minutes into this race. It's crazy stuff at the moment. Mika Wibri doing all she can against the bin. And they are fighting it out for the wooden spoon. There's Cthulhu leading the way, quite a margin he's got on him now. Shadow Rider, oh, Homesick Alien in 3rd, Skyjacker in 4th place, with Alexis Maximus fighting Noxie tooth and nail for that 5th place. Noxie wants it. You can see it in his eyes through the visor of his helmet. The determination of the man. The determination of one man, one car. And there he's seeding, gets it, 5th place for Noxie. Only just though, because Alexis Maximus chasing him down. So Cthulhu, lovely margin now. He's got the fastest lap on lap 5, with Shadow Rider in 2nd spot, with Homesick Alien 3rd. Skyjacker's gone real high. He's going for the bumpy choice of line. And now he's got a loose back end on that Subaru. Oh my lord, who's coming up? Noxie, Noxie's chasing him. Noxie's got through. Noxie up to 4th position while Skyjacker's recovering. He's got Mika Wibri, Alexis and Jokers chasing him down. Oh my word. JTX, we've lost someone along the way. I do not know who. I will try and remember the 10th person. But Cthulhu is leading the way from Homesick Alien, but Homesick Alien and Shadow Rider having a huge ding-dong here, and Homesick Alien managing to get ahead of the Shadow of Riders, and Skyjacker getting back up into his 4th spot ahead of Noxie. Noxie chasing him down, Alexis and Maximus in 6th. I honestly don't know who's disappeared. How weird. And Mika Wibri in 7th ahead of Jokers and JTX. JTX doing his best. He's got past Jokers. What can he do about the Mika Wibri? He's coming for her. And in the lead of this is Cthulhu by some margin. And then the 2, Shadow Rider and Homesick, are duking it out for that 2nd spot. And it looks like Homesick Alien. Oh no, I thought it was Homesick Alien. Got a better line, but Shadow Rider is there to protect it. Oh man, there's nothing more beautiful than seeing these cars going sideways. You can see Skyjacker still in that 4th spot ahead of Noxie, with Alexis Maximus moving up into 6th ahead of Mika Wibri. JTX is in 8th spot. So Noxie, he's only just ahead of Alexis Maximus, but Mika Wibri behind the 2 of them, are waiting to pick up the pieces. There he is. Alexis Maximus doing the what was it, the Scandinavian flip or something like that, when you go into a corner and you sling it one way and then sling it back. But Alexis Maximus holding it ahead of Mika Wibri, who was leading the race. JTX in 8th and Jokers is in 9th. And Cthulhu, look at him on his final lap, coming around now. We've got Homesick ahead of Shadow Rider. Looks like Shadow Rider had a little bounce off of the barrier. Skyjacker maintaining ahead of Noxie. Coming back to Cthulhu around the final corner. We can see what that final corner did to Racer Brown. The last race. And there we see Cthulhu taking the win. Homesick Alien looking like he's got the 2nd all wrapped up. Congratulations. Shadow Rider take boo my son in 3rd. Skyjacker holding that 4th spot ahead of Noxie in 5th, who finishes ahead of Alexis Maximus. Hang on. Pause. Whew, that was close. So, let's go through your results, shall we? Let's all just calm down a little bit. Let's have a little sip of our coffee. So, Cthulhu, I'm going to grab my pen. Cthulhu double wins. He's not going to do all 4, is he? There is no way he can do all 4 wins. I'm saying that now before I've even seen the next 2 races. But that is amazing from Cthulhu. 2 wins in a row. Homesick Alien got 2 2nd places in a row. Man. Shadow Rider, a lovely 3rd spot there. Take a boo, my son. Where is he? Shadow Rider. He's down at the bottom there. So, still that win eludes him. He's had a couple of thirds and seconds. In fourth, Skyjacker going one better than the race before. He got fifth, and now he's got fourth. Wrxc in fifth spot. There, a lot better than his 10th from the first race. In sixth, we have Lexus Maximus. In seventh, JTX. And where are you? There you go. He had a podium in the first race. Seventh in his second race. In eighth, the Jocas. And he is... got seventh in the first race. And McCartney there in ninth place. After that lead... she must be quite gutted. So who? Oh, Racer Brown disappeared. Ah. So Racer Brown didn't make the line. Hopefully he hasn't left altogether and he's still lurking around to be able to take part in the third race. So let me just press play and let Mika get across the line. And that was race 2. Without further ado, we'll get on with race 3. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Zippity-doo-dah. So in the chat, Mika says, I don't want to watch this. Oh, now I know why. And McCartney also says, and boom, chance gone. Gutted. McCartney also said, so many were right behind me, I felt like a brick. That wasn't a spelling mistake, was it? You meant brick. I'm jesting. God, it's so late, Mika. You should be in bed, my dear. That's condescending. Sorry, my friend. There you go. Seems nice enough. So here we go for race 3. We're reversing the grid again. And going around for another 10-minute bash here at Colorado Springs. Alright, let's get on to... oh no, we've got a quick look at the grid. Oh, it's lovely and sunny now, right in the middle of the afternoon. I'm guessing the sun is high, the mud is dry. Excuse me, little burpee. Let's get rid of the numbers. Get onto first, get rid of that thing at the bottom, and we will wait for the lights to go green for McCartney to lead them away with Joker's second, JTX third, and Lexus Maximus there in fourth. Lexus Maximus looking for that win. He's had lots of 2s and 3s. And there they go. Sorry, I was looking down at my pad. And McCartney, a great start there from Jokers. JTX there looking for a way past the Jokers. Oh my word, Wrxc is in fourth ahead of Lexus Maximus, but no, yes, Wrxc ahead of Lexus Maximus with Shadow Rider trying to get involved. No, now Shadow Rider is ahead of Wrxc. Wrxc slipped down. Look at these three racing each other. Oh my lord, Shadow Rider's out wide. He's lost 3 positions there, and now Jokus, he's under threat from Lexus and Maximus. My God, they're all bunched up here. Oh, ho, ho. Shadow Rider going the long way round there in 6th, with Skyjacker 7th, Cthulhu in 8th, and Homesick in 9th. McCartney holding that lead from JTX, but JTX looks like he's just about to try and nick it away, but he's on the outside now. So McCartney managing to keep that lead just about from JTX, with Wrxc up into 3rd, but look at that. That's amazing, with Shadow Rider, Lexus Maximus and Jokus all caught right into a battle. Skyjacker moving up into 7th. Cthulhu has dropped down behind Homesick Alien, but not quite. They're side by side. Now that's Skyjacker. Skyjacker's mate must have hit something because he's dropped to the back. That muddy bank he likes so much. Going through the logs, and JTX has taken the lead from Shadow Rider. McCartney is down into 3rd spot now, holding it ahead of Shadow Rider, back up into 2nd. Oh no, I thought she was going to hit the pit lane. That scared the hell out of me. So JTX leading the way from McCartney with Shadow Rider there. Just, oh, there's a little tap from Shadow Rider. He's bounced back out onto the other barrier, and McCartney just continues, but McCartney's out there and hitting barriers now. Oh my lord. So Shadow Rider up into 2nd, McCartney in 3rd. No, Shadow Rider is down to third. I saw someone having an offer in the background there. Who was that? Oh, Wrxc. Wrxc. JTX then, Shadow Rider and Mika going for it. Looked like Cthulhu was trying to get involved, but lost the back end. So Mika Wivry still racing, and oh no. There's a coming together. Mika Wivry carries on. Cthulhu is moving up into third spot with Alexis and Maximus there in fourth, racing his countryman. And Cthulhu down into fourth with Jokers in fifth. Skyjacker is sixth. Homesick Alien is up into seventh by now. We saw Wrxc and Shadow Rider both having their issues, and they are further back. So leading the way is JTX ahead of Mika Wivry with Alexis and Maximus in third, and Cthulhu looking to see if he can make it 3 in a row, but he's a little further back now, and JTX is getting to pull away from the gaggle of Subarus. And there we see Alexis Maximus sideways, but Cthulhu's trying to get through. They're side by side, they're coming around the corner. Alexis Maximus just pulls ahead of Cthulhu with Mika Wivry there in fourth. Mika Wivry struggling with the muddy bank, and Skyjacker sliding up the inside of Har. Homesick Alien is in sixth with Wrxc seventh, Shadow Rider eighth, and Joker's dropping to the back of the group, but it's never for long in this race. So JTX, he's got some space between Alexis and Maximus and himself, and Alexis Maximus has his hands full with Cthulhu. Skyjacker up into fourth place, then Mika Wivry in fifth, Homesick Alien in sixth, Wrxc seventh, Shadow Rider eighth, racing with Jokers. So Racer Brand didn't come back, unfortunately. And leading the way now, JTX from the two Spaniards who had locked in a battle, epic battle, all the way to the 10-minute mark. And you can see Alexis Maximus trying to get through, but Cthulhu wants it more. Does he? And Cthulhu moving into second spot. Alexis Maximus there, side by side, they're going through the corner, but Cthulhu has made the move. Can he keep hold of it though? Alexis Maximus now on the inside, but Cthulhu managing to maintain that spot with Skyjacker ever catching them up. Mika Wivry in fifth, but now she's got Homesick Alien and Wrxc chasing her down. Homesick Alien, no slouch in the mud. Wrxc there, had a good race in the last race. Shadow Rider keeping hold of them in front, and Joker's dropping back a little bit from the group. But JTX on fire, look at him. 4.5 minutes into this race. It's those red wheel rims make him go faster, I am telling you. And there Cthulhu pulling away from his fellow Spaniards, and Alexis and Maximus there in third with Skyjacker chasing them down. Mika Wivry in fifth, holding that position ahead of Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien just there though, letting her know he's there. He's trying to get through the move. He's halfway up her car, and that's it. Homesick got through. So Homesick Alien ahead of Mika Wivry, who's down to 6, and now she has to deal with a boot full of Wrxc chasing her down. Sweet when they go flying around the corners like that. So Wrxc nearly made it, but Mika Wivry has pulled ahead of Wrxc again. Shadow Rider you can see in the background there, keeping an eye, and it looks like Skyjacker now under pressure from Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien alongside Skyjacker. Who's it going to be? Homesick Alien just chasing him down. He got a better landing over the jump. Skyjacker bounced a little bit, losing time, and there comes Homesick Alien trying everything he can to get through. We're nearly 6 minutes into this race, but still Skyjacker maintaining that position ahead of Homesick Alien. This is awesome as we go through the logs and heading up towards the long tight corner of JTX, still leading, but oh no, he can see orange in his rear view mirror. That can only mean one thing: the Red Bull Subaru is on its way. So JTX got to stay calm, collected, just drive nice and smooth to keep Cthulhu behind. There's Alexis Maximus in third. Homesick Alien has got past Skyjacker, but Skyjacker's still there. They're side by side, and now Skyjacker has taken fourth place. But Skyjacker's all over the bumps. Has he got control of his car? It looks like it. He's getting it around the corner with Homesick Alien still there in fifth, but Homesick looks like he's got a better drive out the corner, but he's not made it. Mika Wivry in sixth ahead of Wrxc. Wrxc trying all he can to make something of this race. Jokers is ahead of Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider's having a bit of trouble there at the back. Wow. So JTX maintaining first place so far, but Cthulhu wants 3 from 3. And he's trying all he can. Is he going to do it? There he is. We are 7 minutes into this race. Only 3 more minutes to go. JTX. And there you go. Cthulhu's done it. Cthulhu did it up the inside. And JTX is down to second spot with Alexis Maximus back there in third. Skyjacker is ahead of the Alien. The Alien quite far back. Oh, the Alien's just hit the muddy bank. That awful muddy bank. Everyone's paid a price there. And so does Mika. They're all hitting that bank. And she's maintained the 7th. She's catching up with the Alien. Jokers is there right on the tailgate of them both. And Shadow Rider a little bit further back. But there you go. Cthulhu leading this race. It's looking good for 3 so far. JTX holding that second spot. He might be able to come back at Cthulhu. If Cthulhu makes a small mistake, you can see the stones falling all over the road. There is no grip, 0 grip out there, ladies and gentlemen, with Alexis and Maximus in a great third spot. Skyjacker in 4th, with Noxie in 5th, ahead of, oh yeah, we saw Alien hitting the wall, and he's managed to drop all the way down to 7th, with Mika Wivery still in that 6th place. So Homesick Alien ahead of Jokers, only just. Love Jokers' livery, I have to say. It's just fantastic. Brilliant stuff. And Shadow Rider, he's doing all he can to keep the car going forwards. So Cthulhu leading the way by a mile now. He's dropping JTX behind, and Alexis Maximus can't keep up with the pair of them. Skyjacker in 4th spot ahead of Noxie. Noxie having a great race there in 5th place. We're coming up to the 9-minute mark, so we'll be starting the last lap pretty soon. Homesick Alien in 6th. He's got ahead of Mika Wivery now. Mika Wivery down to 7th ahead of Jokers, but Jokers has come in. Whoa, they're both struggling to get around the corner, it looks like. And there, Mika hit that muddy bank, but she hit it right, so it didn't spin her around. Oh, there's the logs I hate that Joker's just found, but I usually spin all the way around when I hit the back end on them. And Shadow Rider there, just trying to pick up points, I suppose. He's not going to get much out of the race, but he will pick up points. And Cthulhu there, absolutely flying ahead of the field. Great stuff. This boy was born to race on mud. And there we see JTX in a 2nd spot with Alexis and Maximus some way behind these guys as well in 3rd. Noxie under pressure now from Skyjacker. They're side by side. Noxie, oh, beautiful move from Skyjacker, but is it done? Because they're side by side. And there you go, Skyjacker up into 4th spot. Got a better drive through the corner. And Noxie was straightened up, I think, mid-corner when he wanted to carry on a slide in. And he's trying all he can, but he's got the Alien behind him. The Alien trying to sneak up the inside, but Noxie manages to maintain the spot. And Skyjacker there in 4th. This is great. We're on the final lap now. And Mika Wivery in 7th ahead of Jokers some way now. And Shadow Rider catching up Jokers, but will it be enough? Cthulhu then coming around at the final corner. What a great round. Not even race, but round for Cthulhu. 3 from 3. Well done, Cthulhu. JTX 2nd. Alexis Maximus getting the final podium. Congratulations. Take a boo, my son. There's Skyjacker grabbing that 4 from Homesick Alien. Great race, Skyjacker. Absolutely blistering. Homesick Alien finished in 5th. Noxie 6th. We got Mika Wivery coming around across the line in 7th place, with Jokers in 8th, and Shadow Rider not that far behind. So let me take you through those results. That's an awful camera shot. There you go. That's a lot better. There, the orange beast. That is Cthulhu. That's 3 from 3. He's only got 1 more to do, and then he gets a special badge with a big smiley face on it. In 2nd spot is a JTX, so that's great. He's having a great run here. 3rd, 7th and 2nd. Alexis and Maximus taking the final podium position. Take a boo, my son. And there you go, 4th, 6th and 3rd for Alexis Maximus so far, with only 1 more race to go. Skyjacker, oh, hang on. Skyjacker there in a 4th spot. It goes with his race before. He got 4th, so that's a 5th, a 4th and a 4th for Skyjacker. Great points haulage. Homesick Alien finishing in 5th place. The current WRC Challenge champion. Got second, and fifth. Then in sixth, Wrxc having a great time. He started bad with a 10th, but he's got 5th and 6th so far. After that, 7th, Mika. She was leading the last 2 races, but she's getting better and better. It's 8th, 9th and 7th. So I'm assuming she'll get 6th next. There we see a Jokus in 8th place. Where did I write Jokus there? He's at a 7th and 8th, and now he's got another 8th to join that one. And Shadow Rider in 9th. And I can see Shadow Rider. So he's at a 9th, a 3rd and a 9th. So he should be getting a 3rd next, I imagine. He will be leading the way on this final race though. So let me just press play to let him cross his line, because it is horrible. There you go. Ah, he was very close. Man alive, I was quick on that pause. Right, go to collection and let's load up this last race. In the chat, Mika says tried for a 2nd time but was not to be. It'll come, don't you worry. That win is just around the corner. So while that's loading up, I'll nip out for a ciggy. I don't think I've got time. Look at it, it's already a quarter of the way. I've got an itchy nose. Take a sip of my drink whilst we get ready for the final round. This is exciting. Shadow Rider starting on pole. He's no slouch. If he gets a good getaway, with Joker 2nd and Mika 3rd, Shadow Rider could be in for a good shout of maybe even a race or win. We don't know. Then we're going to Colorado Springs Lake, waiting for it to load up so we can see. Mika said, I did smash 2 secs off my personal best though. Awesome. Absolutely grand stuff. And now we've raced from morning till dusk. Look at it. From dawn till dusk. It's been a long day for these boys. There's Shadow Rider sitting on pole with Jokus in 2nd, Mika Wivery in 3rd, Wrxc 4th, Homescale in 5th, Skyjacker 6th. Let me get rid of the big numbers because no one wants to see them. Wow. And there we watch Shadow Rider on pole position, waiting for the lights. When will the race director press the button? And it will be now. They're off. Shadow Rider moving first out of that with Jokus up into 2nd. Mika Wivery holding that 3rd position, but she's side by side with the Jokus, and she just moved ahead of the Jokus, but she's out wide, and Jokus hasn't managed to get past her, so that's great stuff. But there we can see Skyjacker just behind these two with Homesick Alien in 5th, Wrxc 6th, Alexis Maximus, oh no, I've missed one, 7th for JTX, and Alexis Maximus 7th, sorry. And Cthulhu is in 8th, but Alexis Maximus went off wide there. We can see Alexis Maximus just off the side of the track. He's come back on behind his, he wants to say his teammate, but this is his compatriot. JTX there in 7th, so up in the front then Shadow Rider having a great getaway. Jokus and Mika still battling it out for 2nd spot. Mika following him, but it looks like Homesick Alien just sliding up there to manage to get 3rd away from Mika. He doesn't look like he's quite ahead of her yet, but there he is now. He's ahead and now there. Homesick Alien moving ahead of Mika Wivery. Mika Wivery out there wide, bouncing across the hills, and so's Wrxc, with a Skyjacker in 6th for Alexis Maximus for company. Alexis Maximus somehow got back to Cthulhu again. Cthulhu must have had an issue with JTX there, chasing Cthulhu down. They're going through the logs. Wow, all the dust kicking up. You can hardly see anything, just brake lights. It's crazy stuff, this little gaggle at the back. Go back to the front with Shadow Rider and Mika Wivery at Jokus. Homesick Aliens dropped off these guys, giving them a flash. Maybe there's something he wasn't happy about from Jokus. JTX up into 5th ahead of Skyjacker, but they both hit the wall. They've both hit the wall. What does that mean? JTX, Cthulhu, Skyjacker all in a little gaggle with Alexis Maximus just behind them, and Wrxc falling to the back position. Shadow Rider way ahead. Mika Wivery still ahead of Jokers, but she hit the hill wrong. But Jokers has outbraked himself, it looks like. But no. Oh no, Mika Wivery's hit the barrier and she's spun it. No, she hasn't. She's trying to regain control. It's not looking good. She's dropped to the bottom. There you see Shadow Rider still keeping that strong line, leading. Jokers maintaining second spot, but he has got the Wrxc Subaru of Homesick Alien all over the back of him, and that is a lot of pressure to deal with for one man. Skyjacker there in fourth, but he's got JTX chasing him down very, very quickly. Wrxc up to sixth, Cthulhu down to seventh. Alexis Maximus down to 8th, and Mika Wivery, she can still see the pack. It's not all done yet, and we can see these races change so drastically. So Shadow Rider maintaining that lead from Homesick Alien. Now Homesick Alien has got past Jokers. Jokers is down to 3rd, and Skyjacker chasing them down with JTX in close proximity to Skyjacker. Skyjacker getting a purple, but it's second lap. They're all getting purples. You always get caught out by that. So annoying. And Wrxc out wide, letting the Cthulhu through. Cthulhu determined to get 4 from 4 this day. A total win fest for Cthulhu, but we will have to see in 7 minutes time if he can do it. Shadow Rider looks like he's unstoppable. He's pulled away from the gang. He's got Homesick Alien chasing him down with Jokers in 3rd. Jokers has got a handful with Skyjacker all over the back of him. Skyjacker having a great round this round. He's really finding his feet in the mud. Oh no! Oof! How did he keep that? Wow, I thought Skyjacker's car for sure was going to be flipping over then. He was bouncing in all sorts of directions. And there we saw Jokers going a little bit wide, scraping the barrier. And he's really gone and hit the barrier now. He's broke his lights, hasn't he? Oof! Poor Jokers, that was way too fast into that corner. So Shadow Rider ahead of Homesick Alien with Skyjacker in 3rd. Jokers in 4th, ahead of JTX, who's fighting with Cthulhu at the moment. They're all in a gaggle. It looks like Cthulhu there, and JTX has dropped back behind Cthulhu. Jokers there is in 3rd, but Skyjacker, it looked like Skyjacker was climbing the walls. No, he's still doing a fine job in 3rd spot. How's Shadow Rider doing ahead of Homesick Alien? And there you can see Skyjacker in a fine 3rd. Cthulhu up through 4th, got ahead of Jokers and JTX. JTX behind these guys, dropped a little bit. I think he hit the muddy bank. Wrxc there in 7th with Alexis Maximus in 8th, and Mika Wivery there in 9th. There. How many times can you say there? Shadow Rider. I used to say so a lot, and now I've swapped so with there. Shadow Rider doing a fine job, but he has got Homesick Alien hunting him down with halfway through this race virtually. Cthulhu in 3rd. We know he's been unstoppable this evening. He couldn't get 4 races. He can't win 4 races. It's not allowed. It's in the rule book. Skyjacker facing the wrong way in the corner. He's facing the wrong way all the way now. Oh my lord. So then moving up into 4th is Jokers, JTX, and Wrxc's gone ahead. Alexis Maximus, Mika Wivery, and Skyjacker regaining control of that Subaru. Just behind Mika Wivery. He's looking like he's going to try and make a move up the inside. Mika Wivery out wide, and there he goes, JTX. We saw just in the foreground. Where's you out this? I don't know how you guys drove it. I haven't got enough words in my head. So Shadow Rider under immense pressure now. We're coming up to the 6-minute mark of this 10-minute race, but Shadow Rider doing all he can to stay ahead of the Alien on a push. He is determined to get a win out of this, and Cthulhu also. He's got the fastest lap on lap 3 with a 1:27.863, and he would like to take a 4 from 4 today, and he's not that far behind the 2 ahead of him. JTX in 4th, ahead of Jokers. Wrxc there, ahead of Alexis Maximus. Alexis Maximus is coming for him. Mika Wivery in 8th, ahead of Skyjacker some way, I think. Skyjacker must have had a little issue. So looking at Shadow Rider, he's found himself a little space now ahead of Homesick Alien. He's not letting it pressure him. He's staying chilled, super chilled. But you see the Alien, is he going to try? No, he's too far back to try and make a move yet. Shadow Rider out wide. Oh, beautiful racing here, and Cthulhu all the time sneaking up on him. Mika says in the chat, trying to catch Alexis is very hard. And there we see Homesick taking the lead from Shadow Rider, and Cthulhu was virtually there alongside Shadow Rider, but dropping back from Shadow Rider. JTX in a great fourth with Jokus in fifth. Alexis Maximus moving ahead of Noxie for sixth place. Noxie down to seventh. Mika Wivry in eighth place, chasing them two down, saying, yeah, you two race each other, slow each other down. And there's Skyjacker some way behind them guys. Homesick Alien then in the lead. Cthulhu in second. Cthulhu wants that win. We are 7.5 minutes into this 10-minute race. This is some crazy stuff right now. So Homesick Alien leading from Cthulhu with Shadow Rider just keeping track of them, hoping someone makes a mistake. He's coming fast. There, JTX in fourth ahead of Jokus, who's only just ahead of Noxie. Noxie got a lot of pressure from Mika Wivry behind him in seventh place. But Mika Wivry and Alexis Maximus having a proper ding-dong. Look at them. Not far apart, really. And Mika Wivry going fast into that corner, but she's made it stick. But Alexis Maximus going for the shorter route around. He's not managed to get past her, but now Jokus is in Mika Wivry's way, and they've both gone out wide and hit the barrier. Surely that's got to let Alexis Maximus through. Alexis Maximus trying to get through. He made contact with Mika. Mika's out there wide again, and there goes Alexis Maximus. And there, not Jokus coming through to take that fifth space. What a race between these three. There, Homesick Alien leading the way from Cthulhu. Cthulhu's got the fastest lap. And Shadow Rider, he's lost touch with those guys a little bit. There's Noxie in fourth. What a fantastic position. Jokus in fifth. Mika Wivry in sixth ahead of Alexis Maximus. But it was Mika Wivry. I thought she was going sideways then. The wrong way. Oh no. Jokus, who's that going slow? JTX. JTX has had an issue. Was it JTX? Yeah, JTX was up there, wasn't he, with the guys? So JTX has had an issue, dropped back down to 8th. Homesick Alien and Cthulhu duking it out for the lead, but it looks like Homesick Alien has got it covered with only 1 more minute to go of this race, with Shadow Rider there in 3rd. Joker's in a fantastic Joker's in a fantastic 4th place ahead of Mika Wivry in 5th. She's had a comeback and a half. Alexis Maximus in 6th ahead of Noxie in 7th. JTX in 8th, and Skyjacker, oh dear, Skyjacker I think must be waiting for the timer to run out. Had enough. Don't want to do another lap. That's a long time to wait for that timer to run out. So Homesick Alien there. He's miles ahead of Cthulhu. It's got to be his. We've got to give it to him. Surely. We can see as they're coming around, they're nowhere near the end of the lap yet. Shadow Rider 3rd, Jokus in 4th. Alexis Maximus has got back ahead of Mika Wivry. Where is Mika Wivry? Mika Wivry looked like she was having a problem with the barrier, and now Noxie and Alexis Maximus ahead of Mika Wivry. Mika Wivry trying to keep it together before JTX comes past. And we're watching Homesick Alien on his final lap. We're going to go back. It looks like Mika Wivry has dropped down to 8th place, but she's right there with JTX. Sorry, I'm flipping around because I know Homesick Alien coming around the final corner there, and he takes the win. Congratulations, Homesick Alien. Cthulhu couldn't quite do it. 2nd place there, brilliant. 3rd place for Shadow Rider. Take boo, my son. Jokus, come on, Jokus, you can do this. Come on, 4th. This might be Jokus' best finish. I'll check at the end of the race, but he's there still, holding that 4th ahead of Noxie. There he goes, he crosses the line in 4th. Well done. Noxie in 5th. Alexis Max. Oh no, they've all gone. Bugger. Oh well, I'm really sorry. I tried my best. Let's go to, I don't know, race photos, scapes. Have got anything decent to look at in scapes? I don't know. Can look at my Tron car, I suppose. Some of my Porsches. Yeah, I'll have a look at my last effort at Super Formula. Whee! Oh no, well, why have I done that when I've got actual... Oh god, wrong way, sorry. No, that is the right way, sorry. I've got actual pictures of WRX cars when I used to race in it. Miles away. Wow, I do too much liveries. There you go, beautiful. Looking at the Tron Legacy WRX. So yeah, that was race 4. Homesick Alien. Oh, I wonder if I can remember some of these. Homesick Alien took the win. Let me see. Homesick Alien took the win from Cthulhu. He didn't quite get his 4 wins in a row, but 3 wins in a second is nothing to shake a stick at. Who was third then? I'm trying to think who finished third. Shadow Rider, of course. Shadow Rider. I said that. 9th, 3rd, 9th and 3rd. There's a pattern forming there, and I'm not even going to guess after that. I'll have a look at the YouTube feed a little bit later. So, thank you for joining us for round 6 of the WRX Challenge Season 2. And there'll be another one of those next Thursday evening for round 7 of this 9-round championship. Awesome stuff. Thank you for watching. I was your broadcaster and commentator, Mike Oxbig. Thank you for watching. I love you all dearly, and I will catch you probably Friday evening for the 2.5-hour Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps endurance event. Okie dokie, guys. See you soon. Bye.